guys, my name is Kiana Simone and I'm back again with another video for my channel, Kiana Gainz, and this is a tattoo Q&A, and I've been meaning to do this video for a long time. And here I have my phone with a list of questions that I am often asked, especially when people find out I have tattoos, because typically, like, when I'm at work, I'm wearing my uniform, so you can't really see them unless I take off my top, and I just wear long sleeves a lot for the most part, unless I'm at home. So let's get into it. So the first question is, when did I get my first tattoo? I got my first tattoo when I was 15, and no, I did not have my mom's permission, and she found out basically when I had turned 16, a little after that, because I got it like 2016 late in like October, and she found out like basically a year later. And it was a basket crayon, so it's this. And yeah, she was really mad, and I was scared for like a few days because she would not talk to me. And my mom is really talkative, and she always wants to talk to me, so I thought I was about to be an orphan. So the next question I get is, how many do I have? And I recently just counted because I get this question a lot, and normally I just spitball a response number to people, but now I actually have a solid number, and I have 36 tattoos and counting, because I plan to get some more done. I just haven't figured out what I want to get and who I would want to get it, because I tend to do research on most of my tattoos, and I just wanted to be someone that can do it and someone that I'm comfortable with, because the next tattoo that I get is probably gonna be on my back, and it's probably gonna be a big piece, so obviously I'm gonna be with that person for a long time and probably multiple sessions. So which one means the most to me? So the one that means the most to me, I guess, is the tattoo of my mom's birthday. It's in the Roman numerals on my forearm. It was my second tattoo, and it means the most to me because, like, I feel like my mom, it's not even I feel like, but my mom has been there for everything, like absolutely everything, and I can expect her to be there at a drop of a dime if I need anything, and I could call her at any time and just be able to talk to her about pretty much legit everything. And yeah, I love her. Which one's my favorite? So I have another tattoo. It says Proverbs 3:15, and it's my favorite just because it reminds me a lot to just uphold myself to high standards. And essentially the verse is, it's in the Bible, but it's pretty much saying that she's worth more than jewels. And so I like to imagine myself being worth more than jewels and being like priceless. The next question that I always get is, do I regret any of them? I don't really regret any of my tattoos. The only thing that I really regret about my tattoos is maybe the placement, because now I have a bunch of leg tattoos, but I don't have like really the space or the room to really do a full sleeve of leg tattoos. But I also just don't really have a general idea what I would even want to get, so it's just really like a So that's really the only thing, is like placement, honestly. Do I like when people copy my tattoos? Generally no, but I just feel like if I can inspire someone to like get my tattoo, then yeah, that's cool. But at the same time, I don't, just because I feel like a lot of my tattoos just have like meanings behind them, or like a bunch of trauma, so it's just like you don't really understand why I got the tattoo. So just like, I wouldn't want you to get it, especially if you understand. I definitely don't want you to get it, because it's like, damn, like I'm sad you went through the same shit that I went through. The next thing is, do I have a theme for my tattoos? For my arm sleeves, I made sure to have a theme just because I didn't want anything like random on them, just because like if I do show anything, it's my arms, and so like it's just more floral and more like nature-y, versus my legs, it's just anything. So for my right, this is my left, for my left arm, it's like bird, and I have a snake, and people get put off by the snake, mainly like older generations, but it's really not in like the biblical sense. It's more of the rebirthing sense. And then for my right arm, it's like death, the death or like the dark side of nature, and it just has more skulls and like more like insects that are known for killing people or just being deadly. Like I have a black widow, I have a scorpion, I have a few skulls like inside of butterflies. But yeah, that's like my main thing that I have throughout my body, is like mainly like insects or just like nature related. Obviously there's like some outliers, but it is what it is. Which tattoo hurt the most? So I have a tattoo I'm about to show you. It's right here. That tattoo hurt the most because it just fucking did. It took forever, it felt like, pretty much. Like I was shivering and shaking, and I got to the point, well, not even me, but my tattoo artist that was doing it, he was just like, hey, like, you know, you could take a break. And I was like, sure. Because like I never took a break before this one, and I still try not to take a break unless it's just for the artist. If they ask me to, then I'll be like, yeah, because clearly they want me to take a break, or they need a break themselves. Because some of my tattoos, like this one, I did an 8-hour session with it, and I was just not trying to take a break, but they were like, hey, we could take a lunch break, and I was like, cool. But yeah, I took a break for that tattoo, and I was like, okay, he might be almost done, that's why he's asking and he wants to take a little break. I go to the bathroom, he was nowhere close to being done, and I wanted to scream because I was ready to go home. And I got it during tech school, but yeah, that's the one that hurt the most. What's the smallest tattoo that I have? The smallest tattoo that I have is 444, and yeah. Which one's the biggest one? So I have a big one, but I can't really show you, but it's like this big. It's on my thigh, and it's a Medusa tattoo. And if you know what Medusa stands for, or you have a Medusa tattoo, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. But yeah, that's my biggest tattoo that I have. Most of my tattoos are fairly small, or they're just pieces put together, just because I like the look of that versus just like a full like sleeve. I don't know how to explain it. How much are all your tattoos worth? So for my sleeve, this one was like $500, but some of the pieces I didn't get at once. But for the main part, it was $500. But it could, if I added all the pieces that I got from other artists, or yeah, from other artists, or at different times, it could probably calculate up to almost like $1,200. And this one could be about $2,000, just because depending on where you're at, tattoo artists will charge more depending on like if they're very popular, or if they just started, or if they just have a bunch of experience. Where have I gotten all of my tattoos? And that's like the final question, but I've gotten my tattoos in Delaware, North Dakota, North Carolina, Louisiana, and Texas. I think my favorite place to get any of my tattoos was definitely Texas, because I had like a really cool tattoo artist up down there, and I would just go to her all the time, and I just really loved her work. In general, I like getting tattooed by women just because I feel like they have more attention to detail versus men, and also like women in general are just like more softer, I guess, and like they don't like press too hard. They're just like gentler overall, so I prefer them versus men. It just feels like every time I've gotten a tattoo from a man, it's like I have like the worst healing process, and they're just like really heavy-handed, and I do not like that. So I try to go with women for the most part. Yeah, I guess I'll show you some of my tattoos, or just like the rest of my favorite ones. But I have like, my arms are covered for the most part except for this. People say this part hurts a lot, but it really doesn't. And before you say you don't even have a tattoo there, I have one right here, and I don't think it hurt at all. To me, that's my opinion. And then I have a tattoo right here, I have one like right here. I'm not gonna show you that because I'm not trying to get kicked off of YouTube. And then I have like this one right here. It's 555. That one hurt a lot too. It made me like really rethink about my back piece, which is why I want to like find a good artist that just specializes in back pieces and the idea that I want. But that one is sort of like the reason why I've been scared to get a back piece. I have another back piece, but it's higher up. But it's just like with my arms and my legs, it's just been easier tattooing sessions just because it's just like if you like are in pain, I just try to control my breathing, but you can't really do that on your back because like your breathing is like right here is like the main source, and like you're tattooing on your back, and one like messed up breath or something could fuck up the tattoo. So I try not to like do that. But yeah, so this is pretty much it. If you have any more questions about my tattoos or like different ideas or comments about them, just let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and bye.